is your weekly celestial forecast for the week beginning November 13th, 2023. So on Monday, we have a new moon in Scorpio with Mars and the Sun. So we are feeling awfully passionate and intense on Monday. And this is making an opposition with the unexpected and the unusual planet of Taurus. So we're wanting to really speak our mind because Uranus is retrograde and Taurus is with the second house. So we really just want to tell it like it is. And we will have to be careful on Monday with any kind of stubborn behavior, stubborn outlooks, and so on. But my goodness, with Mars in its own and with the new moon in Scorpio with the sun, we are feeling awfully determined and focused and very positive and forward looking about the future. And of course, where this new moon is in your personal birth chart is where you're going to feel this real strong energy on Monday. And also, we will have to be cautious of, well, a little bit in the stubborn behavior and speaking our mind, well, a little bit too much at times, if you will. But my goodness, our focus is definitely going to be all about our passions. And we've got Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius on Monday as well. So we're feeling like we want to just additionally here tell it like it is because Mercury is in the sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is connected with the ninth house, our philosophies, our opinions, foreign anything and everything. It's about really having the knowledge, the ninth house, to really know about what we are discussing, and that is coming off on Monday. We want to research a little bit, we want to really speak our mind, but we want to be a little educated about what we're saying. So this is a really good time to look into those facts because we just want to say what we think. But we do have the square, a bit of a wide square early Monday and Monday afternoon with Saturn in Pisces. And Saturn is about restriction, it's about responsibility, and it's barely there at zero critical of Pisces. So a bit of a wide square with Mercury, the thinker, the communicator. So we are feeling a little touchy on Monday. And with this depositor of Neptune with Saturn, we're going to have to be cautious about our feelings, our intentions, because with Saturn and with Mercury now in Sagittarius, we're feeling a little bit negative. And so with this square, our communications could be a little bit shady or cloudy. Like, what did you mean by that? Or we're trying to second guess each other's intentions. And this indeed could be what causes a little bit of these conflicts. So be very clear about your thinking on Monday. And of course, there's going to be issues with the powers that be and authorities. And yes, there may be issues with them overstepping their bounds because the new moon and with Mars there is the depositor of is, yes, Capricorn Pluto, but is Pluto and Mars as the rulers of Scorpio, and Mars is in its own. So yes, there could be those in authority on Monday and for some of this week that are overstepping their bounds. It's kind of like really about going over the top with the powers that be, all forms of authority. So on Monday and Tuesday, but on Monday especially, we're going to have to not get in conflicts with those in positions of power and so on. And we don't want to overstep our power. But because of the Scorpio new moon with Mars, we are feeling rather aggressive and feisty. And yes, we can expect the unexpected coming out of nowhere, and be cautious of unexpected conflicts as well, because with Mars there, things could really get a little bit topsy-turvy. Oh, but there is a sweet trine with Neptune, even retrograde in Pisces. So this kind of helps to put a little bit more sensitivity, a little bit more emotion into what we feel and what we say on Monday. So that's kind of a good connection here, as with Mercury squaring off with Saturn. It's about our sensitivities and our emotions. And on Monday, this is a good day for those of you that are involved with anything with health or healthcare, mental health, physical health. There could be discussions regarding such, or anything to do with depth, intimacy. We're talking the eighth house by the 12th house here. Good for also that which deals with metaphysical connections, psychic, so on and so forth as well. But we are feeling so passionate. So this could be kind of a double-edged sword, because Scorpio is good with passion and depth. That's great. But on the other hand, we don't want to get too carried away with that sense of power within our relationships. We want to tone down a little bit of that intensity and really apply a light touch here, and not get too carried away in emotions on Monday, and really channel our emotions from drama to real sensitivity, compassion, and caring, even if those in authority are getting carried away with their sense of who they are and power. But yes, expect the unexpected, and yes, that does include big earth changes here, because we've got Aquarius, uh, Uranus, ruler of Aquarius, in Taurus retrograde. So retrograde planets are always not at their best. And the opposition within Scorpio, we're feeling a little bit stubborn, even if determination plus, but this is what could create a little bit of some narrow-minded, and yes, some of those conflicts we will have to watch out for. But we've got Venus in the cooperative, peace-loving, relationship, beauty-oriented sign of Libra. So our focus right now is on creating harmony and beauty and cooperation. And there's a beautiful sextile with the communicator Mercury and Venus, the planet of love and relationships. So this kind of imbues us with some enthusiasm within our communications with each other. And yes, within relationships that are of love, but yes, business and so on, because it gives us some real forward looking enthusiasm, if you will, for the future, even if we are a bit outspoken about our beliefs. And it really gives us a connection with creativity, because Venus is very creative in its own, in Libra, and Mercury just likes to speak their mind. So we want to really at least try to connect with each other about what our interests are, about the future, about our beliefs. And this is what will unite us on Monday and help us to cooperate with each other within the sextile with Mercury and Venus, and with some positivity. Just don't get carried away with the opposition and too much emotionalism and intensity on Monday. We want to do a little bit more of some of that sit down psychology with the Scorpio connection, but this is also about endings because it's the eighth house. So there could be some unexpected endings now, but it is a new moon. So when a door closes, the window opens, I guess you could say, with this new moon on Monday. And this will be the theme with the new moon for the next 30 days. So let's look ahead to the following day, which is, yes, it is November 14th. And the moon is now in gregarious Sagittarius. Oh, we are feeling so positive and so enthused on Tuesday. Yes, indeed. And with Mercury there, well, there is no holds bar on Tuesday about our beliefs, our opinions. And we want to say something that's rather educated. Maybe we want to research a little bit. But no matter what, we are just putting it out there, good, bad, or in between, regarding our beliefs and our opinions, because Sagittarius is all about the ninth house. And we're feeling rather restless. We want to be on the go, and we are very quick to say what we feel, and we're very quick to feel what we say. But we will have to be careful of this because we are so quick to really just put it out there on Tuesday that we've got this wide square off with Saturn in Pisces. So kind of like with the day before with Mercury squaring Pisces, there still yet is a bit of a wide square late Monday and Tuesday with Saturn. So we may feel, as much as we're putting out our words out there and our opinions on Tuesday, we are also feeling like, well, maybe we need to put the brakes on a little bit because we may feel like in a moment without thinking, we speak our mind, and this is what could create tension on Monday because of this square with sensitive 0 degrees critical Saturn in Pisces. So we may mean well. We've got Sagittarius there, and Sagittarius generally means well in most cases. But what we say in a moment of hesitation, we may think, oh, why did I say that? Oh my goodness, I said the wrong thing. And that could create it could create confusion within our communications, the written word, the spoken word. Or it could create, yes, there's that word again, it could create conflict. So do be careful of your words on Tuesday. And if you've got great intentions, let that be known. But because Mercury is with the moon in Sagittarius squaring Saturn, that may feel a little blocked on Tuesday. But nonetheless, we do mean well, and we want to speak our mind at all costs, no matter what. So, also, we're going to have to be careful because this square, we're feeling a little bit negative to some degree in all this positivity with Sagittarius. And it could be suddenly may feel a little of that guilt coming on about being a little bit too direct. So do be more sensitive on Tuesday about your communications. And we've got Jupiter, the make a big deal planet and the planet of good fortune and prosperity, yet to retrograde in Taurus. So that even ups the need for speech and a little bit of the confusion in what we say a little bit more. And there is what is called a quincunx, a bit of a tense aspect between Mercury and the moon and Jupiter. So yeah, a little bit of that tension is in the air because we're just waving around the opinions on Tuesday. So that kind of exemplifies the need for what? Caution here. Take the hint from Saturn in even early degrees of Pisces is please apply some foresight before you speak. And we're going to look forward to the next day, which is, yes, now it is Wednesday, November 15th, and the moon is further along in the sign of Sagittarius. Speak their mind, restless, wants to travel, Sagittarius. And there's a lot connected with foreign relations on Wednesday, all those fun ninth house communications, as well as what? Speaking the opinions. And we've got the square now from Saturn a day and a half earlier to now Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So, wow. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's about some cloudy communication. And like Tuesday, even on Wednesday, we must be careful about what we say. And even if there is no conflict or dispute, in particular on Tuesday or Wednesday here, there may be some confusion. So maybe the talk is going to be, oh, hey, is this person or that person being honest? So we're kind of questioning each other's integrity or questioning each other's intentions about what we are saying. So the issue of honesty and deception could be in the air on Wednesday with this square between Neptune retrograde and the moon in Sagittarius. Because see, with Sagittarius, these 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, we are feeling all feisty about our beliefs, our philosophies, our opinions, and we're restless and we're quick to speak. But when we've got it mixed in with this Pisces connection here, yes, even on Wednesday, apply a little bit of compassion, if you will. And on Wednesday, kind of like Tuesday, there could be some issues also with what? Storms, moisture. This can be the overabundance of water, the underabundance of water, such as droughts, but there's going to be issues nonetheless Tuesday and especially on Wednesday with water, oils, minerals, storms, you name it, as we also have Neptune still retrograde in Pisces. That could also deal with anything to do with water or sea life, you name it, on Wednesday that we may have to contend with. But yes, do be clear, but nonetheless, we may be scratching our heads a little bit on Wednesday to what the facts are and the truth indeed. And we've got, yes, that exact conjunction of the Sun and Mars on Wednesday and Thursday. So that only ups our intensity, our passion this week. And we're going to have to pull back a little bit because we've got a lot with the unexpected, the rebellious going on this week with this square off between Uranus in Taurus and Mars and Sun in Scorpio. Wow, we are just clenched when it comes to our stubborn behavior and really just wanting to really get ahead and feeling our sense of power. There could be issues with those in power because Scorpio Sun is with Mars, and Mars is the Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, and Pluto is the depositor, even in Capricorn. So it's going to be all this week also about the powers that be, authority, possibly authorities and issues unexpectedly coming up within authorities or authority figures, those in positions of power. That's going to be very much the topic this week, and we don't want to get into any tit for tats or conflicts with authorities or those in positions of authorities as well, because of this Uranus retrograde in Taurus with the opposition with Mars, the action planet, with the Sun in in Scorpio, but Venus in Libra just wants to keep the harmony in the background. Yes, and let's look ahead to the next day, which is November the 16th. And now the moon is in much more conservative Capricorn. So we're going from Tuesday, Wednesday, from really feeling itchy and restless and wanting to speak about our beliefs and just kind of saying it like it is without thought, to now on Thursday, the atmosphere becomes a little bit more serious, more conservative. And now the depositor of the moon, Saturn, oh, so nice, is making a sweet sextile to Saturn. So, yes, it's back to hard work and focus on Thursday. We just want to focus on our tasks at hand and our efforts. And we really are feeling a little bit more sensitive and much more cautious and grounded on Thursday. Maybe we may be a little bit more considerate about each other's feelings, but with Saturn as the depositor in Pisces of the moon in Capricorn, we could feel a little bit negative or pessimistic, maybe even a touch grim on Thursday with the moon in Capricorn. But it does make a sweet sextile earth and water connection with Saturn. So at least we are focused on the future and hard work. And of course, that's not always bad. That's a positive here, especially from days before, and really just tripping over ourselves to say what's on our mind. Yes. And now we have a bit of a square to Venus, an applying square to Venus in Libra. So Libra wants to just get along and cooperate and keep the peace, but the moon in Capricorn can be a little bit stick in the mud about things, and with Capricorn, it's all about the power, and it's very conservative, very serious minded, and Libra's all about our beauty and partnerships. So there could be on Thursday a little bit of some petty disputes and kind of some power plays, if you will, on Thursday, even though Venus just wants to keep the peace and the beauty. With the moon in Capricorn, Capricorn sees things as very straightforward and very, well, the way things are, with sometimes just a little bit of a negative bend. So likely we are going to cooperate with each other because Venus is in its own of Libra, but not before we get into some petty power play. So that's something to look out for on Thursday. But we still have this sweet sextile with Mercury and Venus, so we're still feeling a little bit positive and enthusiastic within relationships. So that's a positive. But yes, with this quincunx in the background with Mercury and Jupiter, the make a big deal planet retrograde, there's a little bit of some annoyance in the background for at least most of this week. So we're going to have to just cooperate, and that's the key word this week. So let's look ahead for the next day, and it is, yes, it is Friday, and the moon is further along in the sign of Capricorn and applying a conjunction with Pluto. So with 18 degrees, moon in Capricorn now making a beautiful trine to Uranus. And also let's note the day before there was also a trine with generous, make a big deal, Jupiter planet here. So that's going to start to give us some enthusiasm enthusiasm about what? Our money, our finances, and there could be some wonderful, unexpected good news with the trine with the moon in Capricorn Friday, the official start of the weekend, and Uranus in Taurus. So we're feeling really good about job prospects on Friday. Maybe this is a good time we might get good money news because Earth, we've got Jupiter, Uranus, and now the moon and Capricorn, Pluto, all in Earth signs. So, and with Mars even still conjunct with the sun exactly Friday, we are feeling powerful, but in a positive way. We have a good sense of who we are. We're working hard. You can't miss that with the moon almost applying a conjunction to powerhouse Pluto and Jupiter and Uranus in the earth sign of Taurus. So Friday is all about getting good money news and generating money. So we're really kind of working late at the office on Friday because we got some of that money coming in and we're just really focused on saving money, banking, corporate, anything, job, everything anyway, and working hard, as mentioned, late at the office on some of those projects or tasks we have at hand. We are really just keeping our nose to the grindstone on Friday. But hey, as long as there's some good money news and good job news coming in, well, that's a good positive for the start of this week, and a lot of grounded aspects, and even with intense Sun and Mars in Scorpio exact. So maybe in this case on Friday, there's going to be good news connected with power and authority from earlier in the week, some question marks connected with those in authority, but we still have the opposition there, so we still must be cautious or on our best with those in positions of power. Yes, and let's look ahead now. We're coming into Saturday. Yes, indeed, Saturday. And now the moon is just past that conjunction with powerful Pluto, and it is in the humane sign of Aquarius, and its depositor is Uranus, and it is now making the moon the square with big deal generous Jupiter. So our focus on Saturday is what? It's about our humanity. It's about our charity. And this is great, but when we've got the conflict here, the square off with Jupiter, well, things could get a little bit out of hand on Saturday with what? The collective, because Uranus is in Aquarius and that deals with our humanity, the masses, the collective, and we've got big-hearted Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. So yes, there could also be, even on Saturday, some connections with big earth changes because we got Jupiter and Taurus here with the moon in Aquarius. Earthquakes, volcanoes, you have it this weekend as Uranus is the depositor, also retrograde in the earthbound sign of Taurus. So look out Saturday, especially Saturday and Sunday, for some big earth changes. But nonetheless, there could be some rebellion against what? Again, there's that theme against those in power or authority, because see, the moon is in the humane sign, the collective sign of Aquarius. So this is also like a double-edged sword. It's very good. There's cooperation with those in power or authority, even our personal power. We're feeling a little rebellious and outspoken on Saturday. Or we're going to side with power, or we're going to rebel rebel somehow against power or those that are in positions of power. And with the Sagittarius Mercury and the moon applying the following day a sextile to Mercury, well, Aquarius and Sagittarius don't hold back on their belief system. They really want to put it out there. Sagittarius, it's about our philosophies of the ninth house. And with Aquarius, it's about our humanity, our charity, and so on. And we are not feeling rather emotional with this connection, but we may feel a little bit chilly. And believe it or not, with the Mars in Scorpio and the Sun, that is actually what may cause some issues now, because we have a trine with the Sun, Mars, and Neptune, which is real sweet, very sensitive. But on the other hand, you've got the moon in kind of chilly sign of Aquarius, yet humane, with Pluto, the powerhouse, and squaring off Jupiter. So on one hand, we are feeling rather dramatic, and on the other hand, we are rather detached, and we are very stubborn minded about uh, justice and right and wrong, and really making a big deal out of our philosophies, our dogma, and our opinions. And this on Saturday is what's really creating some disputes and oppositions. And with Jupiter there, that can make a bit of a big deal, as always. And however, we've got the moon applying a sweet trine to cooperative, peace-loving Venus. So even if things get a little bit out of hand and differences going on Saturday, well, with the moon and Venus making a sweet trine with each other, well, that helps us to really focus on pulling back, kind of objectively seeing our conflicts, and really giving us a little bit more detachment and a sense of balance and cooperation. And because Venus is in its own of Libra, there could also be good news or maybe not so good with anything to do with the courts, legal, anything and everything. So be on the lookout with that. Yes, even on a Saturday. But there is also yet this quincunx with Libra, Venus, and Jupiter. So yes, a little bit of that annoying tension is in the air. And I've been saying, Jupiter likes to create the big deal. So on Saturday, it seems like that's going to be the theme. Saturday is really going over the top about our personal philosophies, good or not so good, with our humanity or charity. But do take a hint from Libra, Venus, Mars, Sun, and passionate Scorpio, because we're feeling awfully passionate this week, and the sensitive Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So let's look forward to the final day. Yes, indeed, which is Sunday, and that's November 19th. And now the Sun and Mars are within a degree from each other and separating, but nonetheless still within a conjunction, very close, opposing Uranus. So all of this week, it's about expect the unexpected, with conflicts connected with what? Now with the moon and Aquarius, with the masses, and so on and so forth. So that seems to be also the theme for most of this week. And because of the Sagittarius and Aquarius connection, we just want to put it out there this week. No holds barred. Even when the moon earlier in the week was in Sagittarius, another theme for this week is we will have to not stumble over our speech, because Taurus rules the second house. Sagittarius is about our philosophies, travel, restlessness, saying it like it is, and to some degree so is Aquarius. But Aquarius is about how we treat each other, and so on, our humanity. Up there's that word again. But also, what else is Aquarius? It's about technology. So yes, there could also be some issues Saturday and Sunday with technology. Yes, hacking or anything to do with AI, the future. And, however, on the good side here, with the connection with Mercury and Sagittarius and the moon in Aquarius, there also could be some really good inventions this week. There may be something that comes about somehow that really helps us, however that may be, within technology, AI, and so on and so forth as we finish up the week. But we cannot ignore, we've got an applying T-square on Sunday with the moon in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus, and Mars, the action planet, in Scorpio. So tension is building here. So be careful of anything connected with friends, anything, social media, group connections, because we got this Aquarius, Uranus, Scorpio intensity this week. Passion, because on Sunday it's our stubborn outlooks that indeed could get us in some trouble. But hey, take a hint from Mars and Scorpio. The passion may be good, and it's with the sun in Scorpio. So, yes, we will have to be prepared for unexpected endings, but because there was a new moon earlier on the week, on the 13th on Monday, it's about a fresh start. As they say, a door closes and the window opens, and that very well could be the theme of this week as well. And with Venus in Libra, take a hint from that as well. Do appreciate beauty and focus on beautifying your surroundings or even yourself this week. And really take a hint also from this beautiful trine between the moon and Venus as well. And Venus making a sextile to Mercury. It's about communicating beauty. It's about communicating our positivity for the future. And what else? It's about creativity and our originality, putting our best foot forward in our projects and our work, and staying away from the conflict and over the top speech and confusion earlier in the week with the Sagittarius and Neptune square. Be very clear in all your communications this week and your intentions. Don't hide any information. Really consider our friends and others within groups and social connections and their feelings. And really, well, Venus and Libra, cooperate. And maybe, just maybe, this week will end on a positive note. So until next weekly celestial forecast, have a good one.
If you'd like to get in touch with me, my contact information is down below. I give one-on-one readings and written reports. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell notification. Until next time, many, many blessings.